Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Don.
What does it take to be a good photography client?
Hold on, I'm not emailing you back. Did that go as planned?
So this was actually a request.
This was.
We got this as a comment on one of our other videos.
Before we get into anything, though, I want you to say is, you think we're not working photographers? I came here from a shoot.
Straight.
Literally, I stink and I'm tired, and so I don't know where I am right now.
If things get a little sloppy and incoherent.
So normal. Actually, if they do get coherent and actually, like, wow, that was a good podcast, it's because we're tired. At least I am. All right, so what are we talking about?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we had a comment left on one of our YouTube videos.
Correct.
And the person said, well, what if you did an episode talking about how to be a good photography client?
That's right.
And we thought that was a great idea.
It is a good idea.
Yeah.
I will say right off the bat, I do think it's a photographer's job, and I'd say this almost to almost all businesses, though, is to kind of train your clients, too.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, you should be showing them...
Guide
them on the proper way of doing it, because sometimes they don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But with that said...
Obviously, every client we've ever had has been the best client ever.
Never had a bad client. So I don't know why we're doing this, but for the people.
Yeah, for those of you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's an extra layer to it, though, with it being a creative that you're hiring. It's a little different than, like, interacting with another type of business.
I'll allow that.
Because there's some ambiguity in, like, what we do.
Yes.
That can cause some people to think they need to act a certain way with what they want out of things, and then, but like you said, it's just they don't know.
Yeah. And it should be our job to educate them, at least, of like what we're gonna do and what is expected from us. Like, this is kind of how we are. So if you just try to be like, oh, we're photography, and then ignore it for 6 months before that happens, yeah, you're gonna have some bumping heads.
Yeah.
But if we tell you all these tricks, you too can be a great photography client. Step 1, pay me money in cash. End of list.
All right, episode's over.
I'm going to go take a nap.
Moving on. No. So, but I do think we were just actually talking about this in, like, real life before we started the episode, but I think when you're looking to hire a photographer, you need to have an idea of what you need from that photographer, especially if it's something where you need a quote. So, if you're looking to have photography for an event, like some sort of like a family birthday party or a christening or a wedding or a bar bat mitzvah, like, your photographer will need to know at least a close approximation of the parameters. 1, so they can check their schedules. And 2, so they can actually provide you an accurate quote.
I literally had this, and it's kind of what we're talking about, but not only did I get a quote for a baptism event, but not only that, but like, they could not provide me with the date, and I know it wasn't a scam because I knew the person. They could not provide me with we went back and forth, like, not even the date. I kept saying, like, but I don't even know if I'm available.
Yes.
And then also the hours. Couldn't get the hours out of them. They just kept saying, well, the baptism is an hour. I know, but do you want family? Traditionally, people want family photos before or after, Right. And I couldn't get anything out of him. So it was a very frustrating experience. And eventually, it just kind of fizzled. Like, I just stopped responding because I had sent the same questions again and again. Wasn't getting those responses, so I just let the lead go away.
Yeah, if it's anything event-based and you don't have the date, it's almost not worth the conversation until you know the date. Because if you end up picking a day where they're not available, and maybe they don't even have team members available to cover that event for you, like, it's a moot point.
Yeah. Other things too, I would say, when we have like good clients, our best clients, say if it's like a family portrait, they use your like, here's what, like, we're down here, but we can do any of these days because they want to use you. So there's a good client. There's a good photography client where they want to use you so bad that they're willing to be flexible for us.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times I'll say, like, well, what days of the week and times of day are best for you guys? And I'll tell you what I have open, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still need, like, some sort of parameters to work with. And along those lines, yes, you need to know days and times, but we talked a few weeks ago about photography styles. And it's, if you're going into this completely blind, you're just like looking on the internet or Instagram or whatever, it's helpful if you have some sort of idea of what your style is. If you don't have a style and you're pretty open to anything, that's good. That's fine. But if you do have a certain style that you prefer, as you're researching your photographer options, you want to see if that meshes with what they do.
Just look at their website.
Yeah. Look at their website, their Instagram.
How many have you had where you booked, or not booked someone, but you're in the process of booking someone and they kind of mention their style and you're like, have you ever seen my work before? Why are you booking me? That's not what I do.
I know. And we've talked about it. Like, we can do any of those things. It just might not be our preference. And I think sometimes what happens is people will book someone, and then as it's getting closer, they're starting to do research about what they want. And then as we get close to the day, they're like, oh, here are all the sample images of what you want, or like what I want from the day. And then it's like, none of those. Yeah. So,
like, knowing your style. So, obviously, knowing your style, paying me in cash.
Right.
Under the table. What else?
So, I think this goes with pretty much anyone you're hiring for anything, but you need to communicate.
I knew it. I knew it.
You need to communicate.
You
do. So, I think this goes to your point of, like, it's up to us to kind of educate on that. And there should be some sort of, like, process your photographer can guide you through. Yeah. For me, my best clients are open to telling me, like, these are the exact things I need for, these 5 things are super important throughout the day. And they might be something, like, out of the norm. But then beyond that, they also communicate, like, otherwise,
we trust you. We trust you.
Exactly.
I like hearing that. You're the professional. We trust you.
Yes. I did a wedding the other day, and I was second shooting, and the bride was like, it is my firm belief that if I've paid someone a lot of money to do a job, it's not my place to tell you how to do it. So whatever you want.
Did she pay you in cash? Because otherwise, marry her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so what would you say, like, what...
I'm very tired. Why are you asking me questions? Yes. What are you going to say? Hey, broker, only 9 minutes in.
I might not have worked today, but I'm also very tired.
I'm not even trying.
Okay, so you want your clients to communicate with you.
Yes.
How does them saying, I trust you, impact you as a creative professional? Because that's what I was thinking of when you first mentioned that at the top of the episode.
When you say you trust me, that means I'm not going to get in my own head and think about, oh God, I have to do this photo and this photo and this photo. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take you to wherever it lets me go, and you're probably going to get stuff that no one ever has. Mm-hmm. Because I am free to, I'm still going to get traditional photos. I'm still going to get everything that you would get in a wedding, but we may just be a little bit more fun about it, because I know that if I have to get this, and this, I'm not going to be creative. I'm going to get the shots, as opposed to being creative and seeing where the light takes us, where this takes us. What's over this shiny corner over here?
Nothing cripples my creativity more than a shot list.
Absolutely.
And I'm not talking like, oh, I want pictures with X, Y, and Z person. Not that. I'm talking like, I need this pose in this place at this venue. I need this pose, I need this pose, I need this spot.
And there's 15 of them.
Yes.
There's an entire album's worth of photos that you want us to recreate.
Yes. If you have 1 or 2 that you think are so beautiful, okay. But the other thing that happens a lot of times with those sample images, if you're sending them for inspiration, great. Yep. It gives me an idea of, like, the type of posing you like. Sure. If it's more traditional, if it's more cinematic, if it's more, just cozy, cuddly, candid. Don't fall asleep.
Okay, sorry.
But if it's being sent to me as, like, these are the exact things I want, if you don't look like those people and you don't have the same style, let's say it's for a wedding, same style wedding dress, or if it's a veil shot and you're not wearing a veil, or you have a short veil, like, it's not going to look like that. And so now you've just given me the world's most anxious mind.
That I can't create. I can't recreate. It was taken at a different time of year, different time of day. It was a styled shoot where they were allowed to do anything they wanted.
It was at sunset with beautiful golden light, and your ceremony's at noon on the beach.
Correct.
Yeah. So being open to letting your photographer guide the day or guide the photo shoot is going to yield you much better photos, and I think.
Part of that, like, you know, teaching, educating your clients too, being a perfect client, is when I come back to you and say, well, we're not going to do all these. Like, we can't physically do all these. You being willing to take that, I'm going to say criticism, I know it's not the right word, but take that feedback and be like, you know what, you're right. That's fine. No, I just really wanted, like, these 2 photos. I just wanted that location. I don't care what the photo... They care what the photo looks like. But they weren't saying about that, but they were saying, like, I wanted it on this truck. A lot of times there's that communication.
Yes.
They're willing for the feedback. Boom. Great client.
Yes.
Cash money.
Yes. And depending on the type of photo shoot it is, you really don't want to be recreating other people's photos.
Don't you want your stuff?
Right.
Don't you want people wanting to recreate yours?
Yes.
And you know why? Because those people weren't having a shot list.
Right. They weren't copying someone else's.
Correct.
Yeah. Like, yes, for weddings, you know, we talked about it when we were talking about bad weather. Like, it's your unique day. Right. Whatever that means. But even if everything goes perfectly, I should have put Coke
this
in
isn't
your water bottle.
No, this is cocaine. It's... Whoa!
But even if everything goes perfectly on your day, like, you still want photos that are unique to you
your day,
and your day. But, you know, even if it's a family portrait session, like, you want that to reflect your specific family. If it's a branding session, like, it's not going to help your brand if you just do the exact same shots everyone else does.
You don't have to yell at me. I'm on your side. Are you yelling? I'm
enthusiastic.
You are. So communication is key.
Yes.
I'm going to add to that is ghosting. We don't like to be ghostbusters. And it happens way more than it should. Even with some of our other clients where they just disappear and we're in the middle of a conversation and they just stop talking.
I actually have a text thread open that
we'll show you.
The exact same thing happened. We got halfway through the conversation and then they
just stopped.
Well, it's so when we get an inquiry in, right? Like that, well, for my CRM, like it automatically goes to my calendar.
Yeah, mine too.
And so it's like unofficially penciled in until we finalize things. So if your photographer keeps coming back to you to finalize your booking, it's so that because we don't have to hold that date for you.
No.
But if we book something else and then the next day you come back and want to book, that feels unfair.
Yep.
So we try to continue the conversation so we can get you officially booked and that you don't miss out on having a photographer for that event.
And on the flip side, you can say no.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to hurt our feelings.
Yes.
If you're like, you know what, you're too expensive or it's just not what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yes, please do that.
Because
we will stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like a desperate ex-girlfriend sometimes. I'm like, just checking in. Just, hope you're doing okay. Just been thinking about you a lot. I'm kind of lonely. But, if you want to call me, here's my number. Still same number. So.
Or email.
Yeah,
or
email.
DM me, whatever.
Do you want to, I'll stop by. It's fine. I'm very tired.
Oh my gosh.
So please don't ghost us. We won't go. Here's a promise. Don't ghost us. We won't ghost you. Okay?
Yes. We definitely won't ghost you.
We won't ghost you.
I think another thing too is like as you're going through the booking process of trying to find a photographer, understanding that the pricing you're getting isn't just for the time that they are with you for your session or your event or whatever. Like there's so much more that goes into any of that.
Yeah.
So not even to count like our training and all of that, but like every job we do pays for a portion of our gear insurance and our liability insurance and, all of those other things.
There's all kinds of expenses. Running a podcast that's losing money. So all that goes into it. That,
every single shoot helps pay
for this podcast and viewers like you.
Yes. But even even just looking at your specific event, it's all of the meetings we might have leading up to the event.
Yep.
There's the time to cull and edit the photos after the event, create your gallery, pay to host your gallery. Like, there's so much more. So just to be understanding, like, it's not like you're paying X number of dollars per hour for that event. Like, we will probably share that price with you that way because it's the simplest way to communicate that. But there's a lot more that goes into creating that price.
We need money. I will say, and I'm sure you agree with this, though, but also the best clients, they never, when it comes to payment or money, they never even question. Like, you'll send them the quote, and it's all of a sudden you're like, oh, they just paid. Like, there's never, and I don't want to kind of like put people in boxes, but it does seem that like the best clients, they pay it, they don't say anything, it's just paid, and then it's great. Sometimes the ones that have, like, they want discounts, or you start like kind of trying to negotiate prices. Sometimes those turn out to be,
it ends up being a rough relationship. Yeah.
Because now you're a bookie, you're an IRS guy trying to like get paid as opposed to just.
Well, and there's also a photographer. Nice. There's a photographer at every price point. So like you said earlier, if it's not a good fit, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for it to not be a good fit and for you to choose someone else. We can't really provide discounts or, make specialty packages. Like, those things become difficult for us, which makes it just puts a strain on the whole process.
Yeah. I'm already charging too little as it is.
I know.
Like, let's be honest. I haven't eaten in a week.
Okay. Of all the things you have done, that's not
nice. Okay?
That wasn't the problem.
That's not nice. So, and I know I've come to the point too where, like, if there is starting to be negotiation on prices, usually it's an automatic, like, I don't think we're going to be right for each other. These are my prices. Take them or leave them. But nicely. Communicated nicely.
Yes. Along with, like, paying when you're supposed to pay and what you're supposed to pay is also, I know we communicate up front, like, the time frame for when you'll get things back and what format you're getting things back in and all of that. But if it's not communicated up front with you, like, making sure you're reading whatever contract you're getting.
Right.
And like, it's frustrating when people come back afterwards and like, well, when are you gonna have my pictures ready? It's already been a week. And I'm like, yeah, but your contract that you signed said 4 to 6 weeks.
It was in a contract, and then in my email it even breaks down some of the more like those issues, things that are like that you want to know about the contract, so you don't even have to read the contract. And you still didn't read it.
Because we want to get things back to you as quickly as we can, but it's also a process. Like, that's why I was saying I think there are some things with hiring a creative that are different than hiring someone to come cut your lawn. Sure. Like, there's a more there's a little more emotion that goes into it. Like, we have a self-loathing period after every job where we like can't look at the images for a few days. And then we have to come back to them, and then we make our edits, and then we let our brains simmer for a couple days and come back to them. Like, there's more to it.
Yeah, we hate it. We hate our images when we get them back.
Every single time.
Like a mom hates her newborn, right, when it's delivered. I think that's true. And then eventually she grows to love it. But I don't know. I've never had a baby, so don't quote me on any of that.
Okay, so apparently this is what happens when Jacob is sleep deprived and already went to work.
I'm more hilarious because I think I'm killing it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So be patient, though.
Yes.
Well, that goes along with that too. We will get you your photos.
Yes.
But please be patient.
Yes. Now, if it's been past the contracted amount of time.
Absolutely.
That's a totally different story. We're just saying, if we promised it in 2 weeks and it's only been 2 days, give us a little time to breathe, to work with your images. We're not just holding on to them for fun.
We aren't.
Like, there's a process.
If we could get them out the next day, we would.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible to do.
Right. And some days it's because we have, 5 jobs back to back to back to back, and then we have 5 days of edit time coming up. And so it'll be done in the time frame we told you because we've scheduled ourselves that time, but it can't always be the next morning. Unless
Unless
that's what we promised.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's a corporate job, my turnaround time is faster. But there's also less emotion involved in the images you're receiving. So
You're just delivering sterile corporate images.
It's different. It's different than a wedding or a bar and bat mitzvah or a family session where, I know how important it's going to be for you to have a certain facial expression or, it's more intense.
Yep.
Okay, so communicate, be patient, pay Jacob in cash.
Pay me in cash.
So we've done the session. We communicated what we needed during the session.
I have an eye booger.
We've been patient after the session. What would you like your clients to do once they receive your photos?
Acknowledge it. That's all. I'm a simple man. I don't know if you get this, but like, I will send a sneak peek. Let's say it's a family session. I'll send a sneak peek. OMG. Love it. Can't wait to see the rest. Didn't need that last part, but you're going to get them. Just be excited for these for now, please. Mm-hmm. And then I will bust my tushy, send them the link for the whole gallery. Nothing. Mm-hmm. And as a very self-conscious photographer who hates all their own work, there is nothing more devastating than just hearing nothing about your session.
Yes.
I would almost hear like, we hated it. Thanks. Then nothing.
That was probably my favorite thing from when I switched from Zenfolio to CloudSpot, because some Zenfolio, when I had it at least, didn't have any way of notifying you when someone else accessed the gallery. So at least now I can see that they logged in and downloaded photos. So I'm like, okay, well, at least they got it.
They did something.
Yes. And it doesn't need to be, like, literally, just can you let us know you got them?
Just as a heads up. Love it. Just a quick email, a text.
Are you okay?
A DM.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Because we lose sleep.
I had a client recently. I did a family portrait, and this was even scarier, is I sent the sneak peeks, and I've photographed this client many times. They've always sent it. Sneak peeks, no response.
Ooh.
But I needed to get the photos done because I was going out of town. So I then busted my butt within a week, got the photos, sent them the link. Nothing.
Oh, no.
And I'm just...
So now you're out of town with...
Nothing. No. And then all of a sudden I get a little notification. Instagram tagged me in the photos. Love the photos. I'm very happy you love the photos. But do you know how much, like, the Horcrux in me died a little bit? Like, I'm not full Jake. Like, a piece of me recovered. Has been permanently taken away. So, just a quick little love them.
Yes.
Would have saved me so much heartburn and stress and diabetes and blood pressure and heart disease. But here we are.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I would say if I'm thinking about, like, my best clients.
Sorry, I'm blowing up right now.
They respond when I send the sneak peeks. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, wow, thank you. They also will respond when they get the email or get the images.
So do that.
And then they either leave a review or tag me or post about it. And obviously, like, we don't expect everyone to do that.
No.
It's just, if you want to be the best client, like, these are things that mean so much to us.
Correct.
On a personal level, just because it just makes us feel more settled about things. But also just for, like, business purposes. Like, anytime my clients refer me to someone else, or when they leave a Google review, or when they, post about it on Facebook, or, even if they don't tag me, but when people, like, comment on their pictures and like, oh my gosh, we love them. And they'll write back and like, oh, Dawn did them. Like, that means so much to us. Absolutely. Because it's essentially what keeps our business going.
And most of these are things that are just filling the deep, dark holes in our soul. If you didn't do any of these, we still love you as a client.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a big deal, except maybe communication. But other than that, like, it's just stuff that, like, makes our day easier. Mm-hmm. It just makes a smile to our face. We're like, oh, yeah, love you guys.
Yeah. And I think that all comes back. I mean, all businesses benefit from online reviews and things like that. But, like, this communication on the back end again, I feel like contributes to the fact that we're creatives, and so we're a little more soft and gooey on the inside, and we want our clients to be happy, and we want them to.
It is artwork. Back. We did give a piece of ourselves to this, and when someone doesn't respond to it or gives no indication they like it, it does feel like a little piece is dying because we did work hard on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and part of our vision is in them. And so, like, it's a little, you feel this little bit of insecurity putting them out into the world and like, oh, how are they going to feel? So, I had a wedding recently where I sound
desperate.
We do.
Please love me.
We did little, like, video clips and I put together, like, a little reel for them of, like, sneak peek photos and then the video clips. And the response came back immediately in all capital letters. And I was like, oh. You're just the best. I love you guys. So
did they pay you in cash?
Lots of exclamation points. No, but they paid in advance.
9 out of 10.
I mean,
still 90%.
To be fair, their wedding was on the beach, so paying in cash would have been a little dicey.
No, cash is
just floated down, flown in the wind.
Floated right down past the IRS.
I'm gonna have to censor half of this episode.
If someone actually paid me in cash, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'd be like, where does this go? Do I have a bank? Like, I'm not even sure where this goes. Crystal, do this. Or just go buy something stupid with it.
Yeah. Use it.
It's free money.
Suddenly you'll be paying me in free money next time I work with you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anything else you want to share about how to be a great photography client?
I don't know. Get some sleep the night before? I don't know. Don't book so many jobs.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Photography client.
Laugh at my jokes.
Not photographer.
Laugh at my jokes.
Oh, that is a big one for you. I don't make jokes. I'm not funny.
Yeah, you're funny in a different way. You're funny like, again, hit your head on the doorway funny. Yes. Trip and your pants fall down funny.
Yes.
Do you guys have any comments, though? If you have any comments that we missed or any ideas that we missed, let us know. Because I'm going to take a nap after and not read the comments. So,
but also, if there are things that you think, like, things that we said are important that you think are not appropriate or, like, not fair or, like, too much to expect from someone, like, let us know. Because we only know, like, what we like on our side.
Correct. And again, these aren't expectations.
No.
We're not, like, mentally judging you on a score. Mm-mm. We're not... I mean, I do have a ranking of clients, but we don't. It's just, these are just things that make our jobs easier, which will then make your sessions easier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In theory.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. What'd you shoot today?
Nothing today.
Oh, okay. What did I shoot today? I don't remember! It was this week. Or last week.
You didn't even know what day of the week it was.
This is true.
Okay, so I had a wedding at Universal Studios with Stephanie.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, don't worry about me.
I was second shooting. You were working.
Oh, that's
you were not available.
I know.
And then I was able to do a brand session. So I am president for the Maitland Chamber. And so I got to do
we get it.
Branding images for the president of the Castleberry Chamber. So that was fun, just for him to, like, get to work with me, get to see what it was like. He is a web designer and does graphic design. So now that he knows what my process is like, big up. Then
it's riveting. He
could hopefully refer me when his clients need new images for their website. So
all right. Sounds like two houses in Game of Thrones, like, talking. Just Starks and the Lannisters finally coming together.
Okay. And then I had an elopement at Craft Azalea, but thank goodness it was a weekday and no one was there.
They didn't kick you out? Did you have the right permits?
No, they had a permit.
Okay.
Yeah. They had an officiant and they did the permit.
If anyone knows Craft Azalea, get your permits.
I know, except I keep trying to call them to get a permit for another session and no one's answering the phone and no one's returning my calls.
So ghosting. See?
Yeah.
They're not being a good client.
And then I had another new, hopefully long-term branding client, but this was the first time we worked together. She had a speaking engagement and wanted photos of her while she was speaking during her class.
Nice.
So, what about you?
I had a family portrait, and this is a family that I did their Disney wedding, and then I did their maternity, and now guess who's born?
Da baby.
The baby. But she's like, she was 1 or almost 1. But it was basically her 1-year-old. So we did a little session around and it turned out very well.
Nice.
But it was also, 1-year-olds. They were happy, sad. Happy, sad. Sometimes crying babies look like happy babies, so.
Yeah, sometimes you can't. As long as they're not crying so hard that their face is red, sometimes you can't tell.
I had a headshot session, but it was only a single headshot session, which is weird. But it was for a client that I've done before. And then I had 3 what do you call them? Candid documentations. Well, they used to call them a Disney, but basically convention work where I went out to a corporation party and I snap. Friday it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And what was that word you used? Candid?
Candid doc. Candid documentation. So it was candids.
Right.
Which also turned into group photos and award winners and speeches and at one point an on-location type studio, like a grip and grin.
Nice.
But candid.
Like candid.
But very candid. Oh, and some marketing. Could we get some marketing photos of the room too? But candid.
We just need you to do candids.
But it was over 3 days, so it was fine.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. One of them was very early, though, and it was the so the very first day was the pre-registration, before registration.
Okay.
And so, I was there, people had come early, but they had classes already, but the registration hadn't started yet. But they wanted these candidates, but it was in, one room, and it was the same 2 speakers for, 2 hours. I was like, what did you pay me for? What am I here for?
So you basically had 5 unique images,
Correct.
And that was it.
Uh-huh.
Well...
Is what it was. They were talking about heart surgery, though, on infants, so that was wild. Because it was for a heart hospital.
Sometimes I feel like any, medical convention I do is, the most fascinating. It's either, the most gross images being put up on the screen, or,
It's better than most. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And that's all I shot.
Cool.
And that's why I came, completely from work.
Nice.
Yeah. Move on, please. The quicker we get this done, the quicker I get to go to sleep.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, Jacob shared with us his love for...
Well, hold on. Late 90s, early 2000s, female country / pop stars.
Yes.
Big obsessed with them.
Okay, and so that inspired our Not Photography Corner segment for this episode.
Yep.
So we are going to be doing a fill in the blank on song lyrics.
Yes.
So, Jacob, what songs will I be sharing for you to guess? What style?
Late 90s, early 2000s, female country / pop stars.
Yes. As we were prepping for this quiz, Jacob was like, do you need me to give you the list? Do you need me to say it again? And I was like, no, because I had to edit that episode and listen to you say it 17 times.
I'm just saying. Smart. What are you doing? What did I pick for you?
We're going to be doing Linkin Park lyrics.
Linkin Park lyrics. So,
mostly because I'm fairly confident I know the words. I always do bad on these, so I don't know why I'm...
We'll find out.
Are we going one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's going to be a point system.
Oh, yes.
The winner gets to take a nap. And you get you get 2 points.
I feel like I need a nap.
You get 2 points if you guess the lyric, if you finish the lyric without any kind of musical finish. If you just say da 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 da.
Right.
You get 2 points. If you don't get it, then I sing it, or you do it to pitch, then you'll get 1 point.
Okay, so here's me hoping that Jacob gets all of his right on the first try because I'm
purposely going to get one
wrong. To sing because I'm not confident I will remember the melody of what I picked, and 2, no one needs to hear me sing. I already sound like Minnie Mouse when I talk. We don't need to hear me sing. So, are you just checking your text messages?
No, I'm looking at it. Okay. Well, who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Okay. Oh, if I don't bring this home, I'm going to be...
And I mean, honestly, I picked some softballs.
It has to be hits, though. I even told you on the podcast.
Hits. I think I might even be able to finish these.
Okay.
I mean, I also love 90s, 2000s.
Okay, if you're not going to say it right, don't...
Anyways, female.
Female.
Okay. 'cause tomorrow's another day and I'm thirsty anyway, so.
I should have done this tired.
It's literally the chorus of the song. It's the title of the song is what you need to fill in.
Say it again without saying it.
'Cause tomorrow's another day and I'm thirsty anyway. So.
Let's dance. No, I don't know. Sing it.
4 words.
And we danced anyway.
No. I can't sing it.
The people want you to sing it. At least do it to the melody. Just.
'Cause tomorrow's another day.
You're just saying it like you just.
I can't sing. Hold on.
I'm awake now.
This is awful. I hate this. We should have had it ready to play it for you.
We can't. We get copyrighted strike.
That's true.
And we're trying to make money on this podcast.
Okay. 4 words.
4 words. First word.
First word.
Dawn.
First word starts with a B. It's the title of the song. Do you want the author?
Be our guest.
The author, the singer.
Yeah.
It's Jody Messina.
I said no, Jody Messina.
Oh, I thought you said...
Check the... I'm out! Flag on the play.
You said to do Jody Messina.
Flag on the play.
Bring on the rain.
I get 2 points for for Hufflepuff. 2 points. Ridiculous. That's 2 points. I don't care.
But you're a Slytherin.
Nope. You know what? I was going to give you such an easy one to start, and now I feel like I shouldn't.
Okay, we'll strike that.
Yeah, no, it's 2 points, so I'm already up 2-0.
Okay, go ahead.
Idiot. Acting like I was part of your property. Remembering all the times you fought with me. I'm surprised.
Oh my gosh, I could tell you the next line.
I'm up 2-0.
They got so far.
Hey!
Yeah.
Remember the times you fought with me. I'm surprised it got so far. All right. So we're 2-2?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
God, I hope it's like Kelly Clarkson or something next.
Okay, this one...
it's Taylor Swift. I would get that one.
She held Wanda's hand, and they worked out a plan. And it didn't take them long to decide.
That Earl had to die.
Excellent.
4-0.
Nah, 4-2.
I'm taking no point away. 4-1.
Thanks for still being here. If you're still watching this absolute.
This is what they come for. This is also how to be a good client: is know that I don't like Jody Messina.
I'm sorry. I like Jody Messina.
All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
I've convinced that there is just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure.
One more time.
I've convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure.
I could literally sing that part of the song, and then my brain goes blank.
It's the title of the song.
All I can think is "Bring on the Rain."
That's correct.
What's stuck in my head.
This is Jody Messina's cover of Linkin Park, which went triple platinum.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to sing it.
Go ahead and sing it. I don't know if it's gonna help me.
I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure.
Why am I drawing such a blank?
I don't know, because you're not good at this.
Thank you.
It's the name of the song.
I know. Oh, crawling in my skin.
Yeah, you don't get that since I said it. 0 points. 4-0.
It's just a big old blank.
4-2.
4-2. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm nervous about this.
Well, okay. Let's do it.
It's The Way You Love Me. It's a feeling like this. It's centrifugal motion.
It's perpetual bliss.
Yes.
It's that pivotal moment. It's subliminal. It's.
But it's not always subliminal.
It's not. There's 2 different choruses, but I was going with the first one. Come on. This is easy. 6-0.
6-2. I got one right. All on my own.
I want to do this one, but I think it's only funny because you said it, but I don't think you'll get it. I was going to do, because you said not the Transformers one, so I was going to do What I've Done.
That's literally the only song on that album I know. And probably the only words I know. My sister's going to watch this and be like so disappointed in me.
It's like I'm paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like that.
Face inside is right beneath the skin.
Hey, 6-1.
See, I do know some of these songs.
I gave you all of it though.
Ready?
Yep.
Her daddy says he ain't worth a lick. When it comes to brains, he got the short end of the stick. But Katie's young and man, she just don't care. She'd follow
you anywhere. Him anywhere.
Who's the him?
I don't know.
Tommy.
Tommy anywhere. What is that song? That's not a hit.
Yes, it is.
It's not one of my hits. It was
Trisha Yearwood. She's in love with the boy.
She's not on the list.
Yes, she was.
That's not a banger. I get 1 point for that.
Was.
So it's 8-1. What is that? 7-4?
You're just making crap up.
Yeah. Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you.
I can't get the melody in my head to do all my
I'll even do this. I'll even go, every step I take is another mistake to you. Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. I'm giving you the choruses too because I'm such a nice guy.
I know. Also was I. No.
Okay. No, Tommy, come on, let's go. It's 10-4.
It is not 10-4. Can you sing it?
Every step that I take is another mistake you. Caught in the undertow. Just caught in the undertow.
Every second I waste is more than I can take. Or every second.
No, we're going into the chorus.
Oh, I become so numb.
There you go. Can you finish it?
I've become so numb. I can feel you there.
All right.
Okay.
1.5 points.
Okay. Last one. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I wrote that. I wrote the Tommy one twice for some reason. Okay. It sounded like somebody else that was talking, asking, Mama, what do I do? She said, just be nice to the gentleman.
None of these are hits. None of these are Jacob hits.
We narrowly missed seeing this performed live.
I know it's Reba, but...
her most famous song.
I know what it is. Just give me a second. It's Fancy.
Yes.
Say it again, though.
I'm going to give you Fancy in it now. It sounded like somebody else that was talking, asking Mama, what do I do? She said, just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy. And...
One point.
Oh, I'm going to totally capture that so everyone knows what you said. And they'll be nice to you.
You'll know why in a future episode why I had to leave that out.
All right.
It's not one of my favorite songs. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, you have 6 points. And
no, I have 8 points.
You didn't get Tommy?
Yes, I did. I got 1 point. 7 points. Well, you're only at 4. So, what are you at? Did you the last one?
I lost track. I think I'm at 6. Or no, 5. You had to sing. This is the problem with having a point system.
This is what spices it up.
Except we can't keep track.
Because I'm winning. You're just mad. I want to heal. Mm-hmm. I want to feel like I'm close to something real.
Okay. I want to find something I've wanted all along. Somewhere I belong.
There you go. Well, you almost won. Good job.
I think we tied.
All right, let's do a tiebreaker.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to do another Jody Messina song.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to do a 90s pop country female song, and you have to guess it, and you're going to give me a Linkin Park song.
Okay.
And I want you to be able to say the entire song from start to finish.
That's not going to happen. I'm ready. Would you like your tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way. I know it's not all right.
This is Linkin Park?
Mm-hmm.
Is it from Hybrid Theory? Because
yes.
It's not the... Say it again. Sing it.
I don't know why I instigate. Okay, actually, this one I can sing. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way. I know it's not all right. So...
That just sounds like Happy Birthday. You're just like, I don't know why to me. I don't know it.
So I'm breaking that habit.
Oh, I don't like that song.
Please come back for the next episode.
I am Rosemary's granddaughter, the spitting image of my father, and when the day is done, if you don't get this, I win.
That's all you're giving me?
It's a deep cut, but you'll get there. I'll sing it.
Okay, sing it. Because
every girl knows this.
I do know this.
Yeah.
But
I am Rosemary's granddaughter, the spitting image of my father, and when the day is done, my...
It's too deep.
Mama's still my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy. That's just who I am. By Jessica Andrews. And the winner, still champion.
I think that shouldn't count because you didn't add that to your list until today.
No, everybody knows. I win. All right, let's go to bed. Not with each other, just nap. Okay, I'm leaving. Good night.